All right. Good morning, guys. This is just 9:15 a.m. Yesterday, I should have come out and do my Facebook live yesterday around 10 a.m. But I couldn't come out live to do the Facebook live because yesterday was my birthday. So as you can see, my voice has my voice has changed. I was happy that God kept me alive from the beginning to from the beginning of this year to my birth date, which is August 21st. At least I'm a year older right now, so I'm so happy. So yesterday, I just can't, just like the way I counted Christmas and New Year as normal days. You understand? Though it's a special day to me, but you know, friends and well wishers, everybody just came around in my house. We all celebrated it. We all were enjoying ourselves, catch the fun to the fullest and every. So I was so happy. You understand? So that's yesterday. I couldn't, yeah, I promised to come live that yesterday around 10 o'clock or to 11, but my body, after drinking, eating, I was so tired, so weak. I never, in fact, it was around 2 o'clock, I started sleeping. You understand? I started sleeping. You get the jack. So that is the fun part of it. So I was so weak and tired. Well, for now, this is just 9 o'clock, and I really just want to come up and let's talk about this Queen of Sheba. And please, the firm truth is that if you know any story concerning the Queen of Sheba, you can also come up on live with me or you inbox me. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss about it. You understand? It's not me coming up to be telling you about a story and do I make research before coming up online to talk the story about the story. You get the jack. So that is the point. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Queen of Sheba. Then maybe in the night around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I will be talking more about it because I know at this 9:17, so many people go to work. Yeah, so many of us are going to work. So I believe most of us that are really going to our work might not be coming live this morning. So you might join us live on about Queen of Sheba, which is by 10 o'clock today. So, but anyhow, I'm going to talk a little bit about it today, and I believe you guys will learn from me today. Um, Actually, like I said before, I'll be coming back by 9 o'clock today. So we're going to talk more about the Queen of Sheba. But the little one I just want to explain more right now is I just want to read from my article first. So the Queen of Sheba. Sorry, I have a little bit cut out because yesterday I over stressed myself. Yesterday was my birthday. So that's it. So the Queen of Sheba, the history of Queen of Sheba, popularly known as Bilikisu. Now, I embarked on a journey from Lagos to Ijebu-Ode to see where Queen of Sheba was buried. Now, this story I'm reading, I've posted it on my timeline before. You understand? So the truth there is that I want to ask a question. They say Queen of Sheba was buried in Lagos, in Nigeria, Ogun State, Ijebu-Ode. So many of us don't really believe so many of us don't believe, like you guys don't really believe or trust, or in fact, you don't believe that Queen of Sheba is being buried in Nigeria. But if they tell you that Queen of Sheba is buried in Jerusalem or Israelite or one country like that outside Nigeria or Egypt, you people will quickly believe it immediately. That's a problem I really have with Nigerians. We don't tend to believe on our own self or maybe our own story. We believe that the story should be told from outside, and that is where you believe. Now, let me tell you something. Queen of Sheba was buried in Ogun State, Ijebu-Ode. I can prove it. Nigeria, in the Bible, every one of us was like, we know that Ethiopia, that Queen of Sheba was from Ethiopia. She's Ethiopia, blah blah blah, and she went to meet King Solomon. Why she went to meet King Solomon? If you read the Bible very well, you find out that she went to meet King Solomon because King Solomon was very famous and was very popular. You understand? So King Solomon was a kind of person that everybody knows in his own kingdom. And that man now has a lot of concubine and blah blah blah, and he's a wisdom man. So Queen of Sheba was like, who be this guy where people they talk about for this arena? So he has to do what? He has to pack his things, visit, pack a lot of gold, pack a lot of this thing. She's a queen in his own town. So she left his own town straight down to Solomon's kingdom. So when he got there, they make the announcement that a queen from another kingdom came. Sorry, a queen from another kingdom came to visit Solomon. So he came there with a lot of gifts. So he visited Solomon. He went there. Please, if you are coming live, like and comment and share. Thank you. So he came up and she brought out this gift and gave to what? To Solomon. So Solomon then I have to, they welcome her properly. She ate, she drank, normally, even Bible not talk herself, you know, not say normally, as in don't go visit Solomon. So they will have to relax and do what? They will enjoy themselves to the fullest. So they will have some intimacy and every. Now, I believe they have sexual intercourse together, you understand? And I believe Queen of Sheba was pregnant before she even left that palace. So when she left the palace, I think Solomon promised her that she's going to be doing what? Coming to visit her in his own particular town. I think, and again, Queen of Sheba has his own God that she's worshiping. Solomon is worshiping the true living God, which we all know, you understand? So I think that was when she left down back to Ethiopia. So she waited. I think after she gave birth, what is that baby's name? Minalik, something like that. I don't really know. Just check the Bible. So after giving birth, I think she left the child, blah blah blah, and she went off to within Ethiopia. So along the line, everybody was like mocking her. Like, I thought you said Queen of King Solomon was the one. She's dating King Solomon and whatever. That's we're waiting for King Solomon to come and visit. Already, she has already told the villagers that she's coming. King Solomon is coming to visit her. But fortunately, King Solomon didn't come. So the women in the village started mocking her. Now I'm heading somewhere. I want you guys to sit down and relax. I understand where I'm heading to. So when she waited for King Solomon never came to visit her in Ethiopia. Now the women within that region started mocking her. So along the line, morning Adeyemi Oluwole, thank you. Along the line, King Solomon, Queen of Sheba, died. So then buried her. So, but before she died, she laid a curse on the women that no women should come to her grave to come and pray. Yes, because of the mocking and every. So now, let me now go back. Do you know that Nigerian, if you check the history well, do you know that Nigerian is also part of Ethiopia? Ethiopia country, we have Ethiopia. But do you know that Nigeria was even part of Ethiopia? Even though Nigeria was not even part of Ethiopia, do you know that the western area was part of Ethiopia? That everybody is arguing. That is why when they said she died, they didn't mention that she died in Yoruba land or she died at Djibouti, but they counted that region as part of Ethiopia back in the olden days. So when she died, they buried her. That was when the colonial people started marketing the region. Okay, this is Nigeria, blah 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 blah. That was when they discovered the grave. They found out that a grave that no leaf, no depth, nothing, no leaf, nothing was on top of that grave. They have to circle that grave and make research that okay, this is where Queen of Sheba was buried. And that was when the story started going around like they don't want women to be coming closer because she was mocked back then. So she laid a cause. That is why if you go to that Ijebu date, that no woman, I repeat, no woman can step their food or their food to that particular region because of what? Because what really happened back then with her. She has problem with women then. So the only people that can visit that grave is the men. You understand? That is why today, if you're a lady, if you go there, it's like two things will happen. It's either you buy or you do what? You will be barren forever. So that is Queen of Sheba for you. So that was how the story is. So if somebody can start telling you that Jesus' foot was stepped on Nigeria, guys, believe. Because I don't know the mentality we have, just like the Muslim brothers. If you see them, they don't want to be initiated into Afar or maybe whatever. You see them start going to Mecca. Same thing goes to most of our Catholic priests. You see them start going to Rome. Those kind of things. So we all believe that biblical things might not occur in Nigeria here. That biblical things might occur, it can never occur in Nigeria. Now we all believe that biblical things are always outside Nigeria and all those stuff. That is where we are getting it all wrong. So if they tell you that Queen of Sheba was buried and she died here in Ogun State, believe it, because part of those Ogun State was part of Ethiopia. Just like the way they will tell you the war of Dahomey that is linked to Cotonou, blah 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 blah. Cotonou is linked to Oyo State, blah 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 blah. Guys, believe it. You understand? I don't like the situation whereby somebody will just come out and start telling you that Nigerian I can't Queen of Sheba be buried this day. Oh boy, I believed it. If you are doubting me, go to Ijebode. Okay. Read my write up, because that is where I placed the address there, everything there. You can read the write up there, because I made a post. I posted there. So read from it. If you visit there, you will see what I'm trying to say. Once you get there, no woman can visit there except men. And if you are a man, if you go there, you are not even allowed to wear slippers and enter inside the grave compound. But you're going to see everything you wanted to see, the history you wanted to see. The Queen of Sheba, popularly known as Bilikisu, in Ijebode, was buried in Nigeria, in Ijebode, Ogun State. So that is the little research I know that I can come and tell you that Nigerian. I can't tell you that Nigeria was part of Ethiopia, but I will tell you that, I will ask you a question. Do you know that Nigeria was part of Ethiopia before it was named Nigeria? So that is it. So Queen of Sheba was really, really mocked by women, was insulted by women. That is the main reason why she doesn't allow women to come closer to her grave at all. Because rumors have it that the Queen of Sheba's grave is a miraculous grave where you can come and pray. Like if you have any issue as a man, if you come there, she will answer your prayer immediately. But my question is, the King Solomon that promised her that he's going to come over to visit the Queen of Sheba, and he never came to visit her before she died. Why would she still allow men to come and visit her grave? That is the same question. Because to me, I would look like King Solomon deceived her a lot. Because after impregnating her, she gave birth to a son, which is something Mane. Check the name of the son. Actually, I've forgotten the name, but the name sounds somehow, So she gave birth to a son, and later she died. Blah blah blah. After being mocked by women that look at you that say that King Solomon will come and visit you. King Solomon never came to visit you. Blah 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 blah. Women talk now. Normally Nigerian women, not all Nigerian, even some women. Once you just tell them one thing, maybe you don't buga for where they the next thing that you will see, they'll be observing you to know all those mouths that you make, whether if it is occurred, if it is real or not. And if the thing turn out not to be real, the way they will use you and play in that street, you guys know what I'm trying to say. Now that is really what happened to Queen of Sheba. And that is the main reason why she made a promise. She said to herself that no woman will come to her grave at all. That was because of they mocked her. And Queen of Sheba should be angry with men also, because King Solomon promised her that she's going to come over, and King Solomon never came. Until she died. But anyway, I heard that the man was in the town was one that take care of her, and blah 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 blah. And do not forget that Queen of Sheba was worshiping another god. You understand? I think she was even trying to lure Solomon to worship that same god. But I don't know. The story is just somehow complicated. But I can assure you that Queen of Sheba was buried in Ijebode, Ogun State. And those region that she was buried was part of Ethiopia back then in the olden days, before they now start demarcating the historical areas like this is Nigeria, this is Ogun State, this is Ijebode, all those stuff. But olden days, do you know where is Nigeria before? Thank God you know the history that Nigeria was named by what? By I think by Loluga's wife. Or I don't. Yeah, we will check. You can check Google. Nigeria was named by one human being. Yes, now Nigeria was named by somebody that we all know. She's on Google. Is it Flower Shower or something like that? You understand? So it was named by somebody. But before Nigeria was named, where was Nigeria before? That is the question you should be asking yourself. That is the thing that you guys should be thinking. Because most of you will say, hey, Queen of Sheba, how did you know Nigeria? Eh? You know, when I posted this thing, people were like, Queen of Sheba in Nigeria, in Ogun State, buried in Nigeria, blah, blah, blah. Oga, the question you ask yourself, what year did they name Nigeria? Now, calculate from that year that they named Nigeria, calculate it backward. What was Nigeria called before? That is the question you ask yourself. If Nigeria was named in 2024, from 2023, go down. What was Nigeria called before? This is the question you should be asking yourself. If Nigeria was named in 2024, for example, I'm giving you an example, from 2023 backward to 1990, 1995, 1987, 1960, what was Nigeria called before? I'm just giving instance. That is the question you should be asking. So that's why I said Nigeria was part of Ethiopia before. Nigeria was under, like, generally, because you had that when if you read the Bible, you see where they said she trekked, then a lot, no car, no or in plane, no this thing. Everybody was just using barefoot, either horse or camel or donkey, just to go for a journey. So imagine where somebody was on the road. If you read the Bible version, you see where, like, she took how many weeks, how many months before she got to where King Solomon was. And she also came back again. Along the way, she did what? She died. Who knows whether she was even going to Igbo land before she now died at Ogun State and now buried her there. Who knows? You guys should be thinking sometimes. You guys should not see I don't know. Nigeria have stopped believing themselves to the extent that they don't believe that this kind of thing will occur in their own country. If you go deeper now, like if you check most of the things that is happening in the world now, the only disaster that we have in this country is our leaders. Yes, if you check other countries, they normally have erosion, they normally have earthquake, they normally have a lot of things going on. Sorry about that. They normally have a lot of things going on in their country. You earthquake, erosion, water, blah blah blah. This, damaging a lot of things. But Nigeria here, you don't have such here in this country. Even the little one that we have in that occurred last 2 years, that they said Zimbabwe waterfall, blah 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 blah, flew all the way from there to to Bayelsa. That was when the overflowed something occurred in some part of Bayelsa state. You understand? Apart from that one, the only this that we have in this country is bad. We are not having good leadership. You understand? Apart from that, nothing else. Because if we have good leadership, we're going to implement a lot of things in this country. So now you now told me that you're not believing that Queen of Sheba was buried in Nigeria. Now the question I want to ask you guys, that you should go back home after this life, you should always think or have it in the back of your mind. Where was Nigeria? What was Nigeria called before they named it Nigeria? Yes, before they named it Nigeria, what was Nigeria called? Was Nigeria called Ethiopia? Was Nigeria called Nigeria? Because I know that it was Flower Shower. If you Google it, I don't know if you know the answer, you can write it on the comment section. The person that named Nigeria was who? What year did they name Nigeria? Now, if you can get the year, which is in the Google, if you can get the year and the name of the person that named Nigeria, now calculate the year backward. Ask yourself, what was Nigeria called during olden days? Where was Nigeria mapped during olden days? Where was Nigeria mapped during olden days? So that is the question you should be asking yourself. So if they tell you that somebody, Peter in Bible died in Sokoto, believe it, because there are a lot of histories that we need to unravel. Like, we need to sit down and make research about. Have you ever asked yourself what makes the colonial masters, those white people from outside, like they came all the way from their country, from outside their distant continent, and come to Africa? Why did they come to Africa? Especially in Nigeria here, it was only few countries that was enslaved during olden days, and Nigeria was also part of it. The Great Benin, the Empire, blah blah blah. You understand? So these are the questions you ask yourself. What are they finding in Africa? Why did they come to Africa to come and do slavery? What research are they making? Then you hear that they will give you your king, or maybe the slave merchant, maybe a bottle of gin, ogogoro, And once they give it to Gogoro, the next thing, the person, they will carry like 40 human beings and exchange it with the bottle of Gogoro. Or the next, apart from that one, most of them will come. They will start looking for gods. They want to carry all those craft work and all those things. That is why in Benin City today, I went to Benin City. I explored Benin City last year, and I discovered that most of the bronze city, like the art craft bronze city, it was only few people that was remaining. The last descendant, that is the last. I went there, I met only the last descendant of the district, and then, according to them, they said they are not even teaching outsider except is within their family gene. And I told them that I know they should try and teach outsider, because tomorrow, if they're going into non-existent, who is going to take over the bros and whatever in Nigeria? So that is the question. These are the things that you guys have to start looking at. Nigeria is a great place that everybody need to sit that, like, not Nigeria, Africa as a whole. Africa as a whole. We're not just talking about only tourist destination here now. Let's start making good research about our district. So if somebody start telling me that, okay, now let me put it this way now. What about in a situation whereby somebody now come out and tell you Queen of Sheba was buried in Jerusalem? Everybody in this country will believe, because they believe in Bible. Jerusalem was an holy ground. Is it not the mentality that we have? If they tell you Queen of Sheba was buried in an Israelite, all of you would believe, because you say, oh, Israelite. No, yes, it was discovered in Israelite. Yes, because Israelite was what, was this, was that. These are the things that you guys will, your mentality. If they tell you that Queen of Sheba was buried in Mecca, you will believe. If they tell you it's buried in USA, you will believe. But now they're telling you that Queen of Sheba was buried in Nigeria. All of you are doing what? You are telling me, morning, Olamide. My lady. Good morning. Oh, thank you very much. I'm your hero. Thank you. So that is it. So you guys should just, this wrong mentality, you guys should learn to wash it away from your head. This wrong mentality, you guys should learn to wash it away from your head. Somebody will come out and tell you a story about a place, and you didn't know the bad part of it. One, you guys have not even visited there. You will start arguing online. Two, you guys have not even read the full story about the place. You start arguing online. Three, you guys not even make your proper research why this guy made this statement. You start reacting online. Four, like, that is the problem of human being. I beg you, Olamide, this is why I'm telling you, my birthday is yesterday, and thank you very much. I really appreciate it. That's why from my beginning of the live, I really appreciate it. I'll be coming live by 10 o'clock today, so I will properly appreciate every one of you. Thank you, because it's not really easy. Yesterday was fun, so that is it. But, I even with on my birthday, I was doing some research, reading here and there. So birthday is not something that every time you just carry your cake, carry this one, start cutting cake. Sometimes you just gather like 2-3 friends, buy drink, you just take your drink, blah blah blah. I'm not a type of person that celebrate birthday in a very, coming up on social media, starts doing very big something. Even if I want to do wedding today, I will do a mini wedding. I don't like those social gathering that is going to be very big, whatever. Yes, I believe after the birthday, what next? After the marriage, what next? After the wedding, what next? Those are the things that you will be looking at. You understand? So thank you very much. So guys, maybe we'll continue this story about the Queen of Sheba by 10 o'clock today evening. So we're going to talk more about it, okay? So apart from that one, I also bring up another research that we're going to talk about. And if you know any story, that, or if you have any history or anything that you want to talk about, inbox me, go to my inbox and tell me, yeah, Dennis, I'm ready. I want to say something about my social culture, my social history. So that is it. So I will give you that. We come online and talk about it. And apart from that one, if you don't want to come online and talk about it, you can still type it, send it to my message, then we talk about it. I will read it out on everyone's hearing. So that is for the historical and cultural part. So let's promote our culture, let's promote our history, and let's promote our research. That is why I'm a researcher. I'm not just into travel. I'm not into full-time travel. I'm not just only into traveling to destinations. I'm also full-time researcher. So that is it. Please, guys, like, comment, and share this particular live. Thank you very much. So tomorrow on Friday, today by 10 o'clock, we'll continue the story of Queen of Sheba and other research. God bless you. I love you guys. See you on my next live program.